Buenos dias. Feliz jueves, right? It's Thursday. Woohoo! Getting ready to tick off another week, right? Sí. Muy bien, muy bien, muy bien. I walked 3 miles yesterday, Brooke. Yeah, man. I walked 3 miles. That's good for me. Me too. That's like my biggest activity thing is hiking or walking. Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of trails and stuff around. The weather here is just horrid. I mean, it's too much humidity, makes it hard. Um, but yeah, when I go to New Mexico, that's just perfect. Perfection. Good morning, buenos dias a todos. How are we today? Jamarian, you awake? You awake this Thursday? Jamarian, we're about ready to check off another week of school, man. We should be excited. Good morning, Arshad. Are you awake this morning, Arshad? Are you sitting in the dark? Looks like you're sitting in the dark, Arshad. Brooklyn, is your camera ready? There you go. I like to see your face this morning. So what'd y'all do yesterday? I was just saying that I walked a little over 3 miles yesterday. Yeah, man. Yes, man. I did indeed. Okay, so while we wait, you guys, take a look at my background. What's the error? What's the error? Pop it in the chat so we don't give anybody else any clues. Be thinking about it. Mia, buenos dias. Feliz jueves. How are you today? Muy bien. Mia, you good this morning? What is wrong with this sentence? A ellas nos gustan los refrescos. What's wrong with this sentence, you guys? Think of the goofiness of the verb gustar. Marlasia, buenos dias. Feliz jueves. How are you today? Bien? Everybody good? See? Yay. Okay, so we're thinking about, well, actually, I was bragging because I walked over 3 miles yesterday, a little over 3 miles yesterday. So that was good. Yeah. We finally had some decent weather enough to walk. So, yeah, I like doing that. You guys ever go for walks? You have trails and stuff near you, or walk around the neighborhood, or what do y'all do? You ever go for walks? Mia, you ever go for a walk? Marlasia? There you go, Arshad. Very good, Marlasia. Isn't it good? It's good to get out in Mother Nature, right? Hear the birds, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, well, Arshad's got the answer. Anybody else find the answer? What is wrong with this picture? Busca el error. Find the error. What do y'all think? Remember, our chat box is like our scrap paper. That's where we want to make our mistakes, right? So what do y'all think? Jo Marion, what's the error? Mia? Okay, what about it, Marlasia? Tell me. Very good, Mia. Very good. Very good, Marlasia. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Take a look. Jo Marion, take a look. You guys? All right, so I set up here, ellas nos gustan los refrescos, right? Well, nos is the one that goes with like nosotros, right? A nosotros nos gusta or gustan, right? So if we're saying a ellas, plural, then we need to use les. So the sentence would be a ellas, right? Les gustan los refrescos. That's one way to do it. The girl, we're talking about the girls, right? The ladies, they like the drinks, right? Or since this is nos, we could have made this nosotros to say we, right? A nosotros, we like to drink the drinks, or we like the drinks, or whatever. Okay. So, muy bien. That was the error. The ellos or the ellas and the nos don't match, right? All right. Good job, you guys. Good job. All right. It's Thursday, right? And I said yesterday, that we were going to have a little quiz. Isn't that right? Okay. Y'all have any questions before we start that? Preguntas? No questions? Okay. So give me a minute to get myself squared away here. I need to pull up that tab. You guys know this is a long weekend too, right? No school Monday. Labor Day weekend. Y'all realize that, right? See? Which means we won't be together on Monday. We will be together on Tuesday. Okay. All right. I'm going to put a link in the chat. There it is there. Here's the code if you need it. Okay, it should look like this. Okay, and we all need to join in because this is our quiz, right? Our prueba. So let me know if you have an issue. So remember how we're going to do this, right? I'll give you a word, and then you can either draw me an image or upload an image. And I have my little score sheet ready here. I need one more person. I have my little score sheet ready here, right, you guys? And I'll mark down if you got it right or wrong, and then I will put the score in the grade book. Okay. I need one more person. Arshad, is it giving you grief? There you go. Perfect. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is do not submit. Okay. So I'll share my screen just one more time, just in case we have questions, right? So I'll give you a word. You guys can either draw using the tools, okay? or you can come down here and add an image. Okay. And then do not submit the screen, because after every word, right, then you're going to come over here to the 3 dots, right? And you're going to erase what you did, and then we'll do the next word. Okay. Everybody clear about that? So don't submit. I know it's a temptation to submit, but we're not going to do that. Okay. All right. Any questions? Brooke, you good? Okay. Bueno, all right, let me stop sharing. Okay. So make sure that you all can hear me. I'll say them twice. Right? I'll say them twice. And we have 10 words. And so if you don't know, don't leave us hanging. Just tell me in the Nearpod IDK. I don't know. And then we can go on, okay, to the next word. All right. Any questions? Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's our first word. Okay. Our first word is la carne. La carne. Very good, Malia. Arshad, Joe Marion. Remember, we want to stay. We don't want to go online or anything like that, right? This is showing me what you remember. Okay. So if you don't know, remember, you're going to put IDK in your Nearpod so that I'm not sitting here waiting, right? Because I got to score everybody. Okay. All right. All right. Número dos, number 2. So go down to the 3 dots, you guys. Clear your screen. Rashad, erase your screen. Okay, número dos. Your word is la leche. La leche. Good. All right. Good job, you guys. All right. Erase all. Our next one is el helado. El helado. Good, Brooke. Remember to stay in the Nearpod. Good, Marlasia. Good, Malia. Anyone else? Okay. Remember IDK. If we don't know the answer, don't leave us hanging. Just tell us IDK. in the Nearpod. Okay, our next one, go ahead and erase all. Okay, our next one is a describing word. Remember, we had sweet and sour and all of those, bitter and whatever. So this one is dulce. Dulce. El pastel es dulce. El helado es dulce. Dulce. Yes. Yep. Very good, Brooke. Dulce. You can also use the text box if you'd rather just write the word. I'm good with that. Okay, Mia. You Marion, good. Brooklyn. Okay, good job. Clear your screens. All right, we're on number 5. You guys, número 5. Un pastel. Un pastel. Un pastel. Very good, Malaysia. Thank you, Arshad. Un pastel. Very good, Brooke. Un pastel. Okay, don't clear your screens until I say to clear your screens, please. Okay, Brooke and Malia, there we go. I wasn't seeing your thing. Malia, did you put an image in? Or text? All righty, let's clear our screen. We're on number 6, right? Okay, las verduras. Thank you, Mia. Las verduras. Las verduras. Okay. If you don't know, just pop it in. IDK. I don't know. Right? Las verduras. Okay. Clear our screens. Okay, number 7, número 7. This is an easy one. El pollo. El pollo. else? Remember, if we don't know, IDK, please. All right, let's clear our screens. Number 8, número 8 is pan. 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 Clear our screens. Okay, número 9 is caliente. Caliente. Something that represents caliente. Remember, if you're not sure, just that's what you need to tell me in the Nearpod. IDK, if you don't know. Okay, Jamarian. Okay, thanks, Arshad. Okay, last one, you guys. Good job. You're doing a good job. Last one's easy. Clear. Go ahead and erase all. Last one is frío. 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 Yep. If you don't know, that's what you need to tell me. Okay, Jamarian. Indonesia. Okay, you guys. That's it. All 10. Good job. I will put your scores in at the end of the day today. Okay. So we can go ahead and back out of that Nearpod. Muchísimas gracias. See, that's easy. Easy peasy, right? See. All right. Muy bien. All right. So what's next, you guys, is what we got happening up here behind me. So we did our dictado, right? That was our little quick dictado. And so the next thing that we're going to move on to is descubrimos cómo se expresa cantidad. Okay, so how do we express quantity? So let's think about this 1 second. We're talking about liking things, right? Me gusta, no me gusta, et cetera, right? And so the question is, how much do you like something, right? So do you like it a lot? Do you like it a little? Do you like it very much, right? Do you absolutely hate it, right? Do you not like it at all? Okay. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to spend just a little bit of time, looking at those words, okay, and doing, if we have the chance, doing an activity from our textbook online together, okay? So we're going to need to be in Canvas and all of that goodness, right? So let me get there, and I need to find what I need to find. So give me one sec. Really, this online textbook is really not user friendly. You can't save anything. You can't set something up beforehand. Not user friendly. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to share my screen with you. So take a look, make sure you can hear, make sure you can see. Okay. And the first thing that we're going to look at, I'm hoping if this cooperates, which it doesn't, is, let me go one page here. Let me try to make this bigger. Okay. So we do have this, I did put this in our Canvas, okay, as a visual, as a guide for you guys to like refer to as we go, okay? So there are 5 words that we're going to look at to talk about how much we like something or how much we have or whatever, okay? And they're basically called adverbs of quantity. We won't get into all that, but let's just look at our examples. It says, ¿Te gustan las naranjas? Right? Do you like oranges? And then we could say yes or no, but in this case, we're going to say yes. Sí, me gustan mucho, right? So a lot, right, you guys? We like them a lot, mucho. Okay. Our next example here. ¿Te gustan las bananas? Right? Do you like bananas? No, no me gustan nada. So no, I don't like them at all, right? Which would be me, right? No, no me gustan nada. So if we like something a little bit, we could say me gustan poco or me gusta poco, a little bit, or bastante, which is kind of a hard one. It's like, I like it pretty well. You know, I'm not crazy about it. I don't dislike it. I like it pretty well, right? Bastante, okay? All right. So it says they don't change according to gender or number, and they're usually after the verb. So for example, me gusta mucho el maíz. I like corn a lot. So notice in English, we say it sort of after the item, I like corn a lot. But in Spanish, we say I like a lot corn. So it's a word order issue. Okay. This next sentence, le gustan poco las sopas. So he or she likes soup a little bit. Poco. Again, notice poco comes right after the verb. Okay. Me gusta bastante el maracuyá. I like passion fruit pretty well, right? I'm good with it. So bastante, right? And again, it comes after the verb. Okay. In Spanish, this is the kind of the weird thing. Okay. So take a look right here at this point, bullet point right here. It says the word nada. So again, nada means not at all or nothing. Okay. So the word nada is also used in the negative, right? So what does that mean? That means in Spanish, we can have a double negative. Okay. So for example, no me gusta nada la carne, right? I don't like meat. And we're saying, I don't like meat kind of like at all, nada. Okay. So in English, it would be the equivalent of saying, I don't not like, which we're taught in English not to have double negatives. I don't not like. Okay. Well, that's basically what they're saying. No me gusta, I don't like. And then again, I don't like, right? So they're saying it twice. So no nada can be used in Spanish together. Okay. Any questions about that? So again, you guys, we're not going to spend too much time on these. This is more about just practicing with it today. Okay. So nada, not at all or nothing. Poco, a little bit. Bastante is like pretty well or well enough, I don't mind it. And then mucho is a lot. Okay. All right. Any questions about double negatives, about the fact that they come after the word, like here? Okay. Me gusta mucho after the noun. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to switch my screen up again. Okay. All right. The volume on this thing is kind of iffy, so please make sure that you can hear this. I've got a little short instructional vid. Okay, so make sure you can hear, you guys.
Buenas tardes, estudiantes. I'm going to ask a question, and I want you to think of your honest answer, and not the answer that will make me happy. Ready? ¿Te gusta la clase de español? You don't even have to answer out loud, but I do want you to think about how much or how little you like Spanish class. That's what we're going to review right now. 4 adverbs that help you express how much or to what degree you like or dislike things. Because when you just say, I like this, or I don't like that, it's sort of vague and general. These adverbios de cantidad will change that, and they include one you probably already know. Me gusta mucho la clase de español. The others are bastante, poco, and nada. Nada is used only in negative sentences and is always accompanied by the word no. No me gusta nada la clase de inglés. Es aburrida. ¿Le gusta la ensalada a Gustavo? Le gusta poco. ¿Y la sopa de verduras le gusta? A Gustavo le gusta bastante la sopa. Bueno, ¿qué le gusta mucho a Gustavo? Le gustan mucho los churros. Oh yeah, I'm with Gustavo. Bring on the churros. Notice that in each case, the adverb closely follows the verb. So remember to use these adverbs to make your statements a little more precise and to express your likes and dislikes more accurately. More to come soon. Hasta muy pronto.
All right. Any questions, you guys? Is that clear? So give me a 3, 2, 1. How you feeling about these quantity words, right? Poco or nada, poco, bastante, and mucho. Give me an idea how you're feeling about those. 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay. All right. Yeah, they're not difficult, right? It's just more about what's the word I'm needing? More about using them, practicing them, being able to recognize them, right? Okay, so give me a second again to get my screen going here. And we are going to do some practices together. Let's see. All right, let me see if I can make this big enough. for us. Okay. All right, let me know. Can y'all see this screen? Can y'all see this screen? Give me a thumbs up if y'all can see this. Mia, can you see it? Arshad? Yeah, okay. So this, I'm not going to have, you're not going to have like an assignment on these. So this is going to be our only practice. Okay. You have two choices. I would prefer that you guys unmute if you feel comfortable enough to unmute. Okay. If you don't, then you're going to need to answer in the chat. Okay. So let's look at our questions here. Okay. It says, answer the questions using the quantity. Okay. And then number 5, we're going to express our own opinion. Okay. So let's look at our example here. Mac is a guy's name, right? A Mac le gusta el café. That's the question. So how would we translate that question? Who can tell me real quick? What is this question asking us right here? A Mac le gusta el café. What do you think, Marlasia? Can you unmute? What do you think it's asking us?
Does Mac like coffee?
Yeah, very good. Does Matt like coffee? Okay, perfect. And so our prompt over here, right, tells us that they want us to say that, yes, he likes coffee a lot. Right, you guys? Everybody see what I'm doing? Okay. So our answer here, yes, a Mac le gusta mucho el café. So it's pretty simple. We're restating our question by adding how much, our quantity, by adding how much he likes something. And remember, it follows the verb. Okay. All right. So there are 5 of you, right? So number 1 is going to go to Joe Marion, right? Joe Marion, you're responsible for numero 1. Arshad, you are responsible for numero 2. Okay. Marlasia, you are responsible for numero 3. Right? So Marlasia, right? Arshad, Joe Marion. Ooh, we got some jam going on here. Brooke, I'm going to give you numero 4. Okay, Brooke. And Mia, this is your own opinion. And so we're going to put Mia down here, numero 5. Okay. All right. So be thinking. Jamarian, you got 1, Arshad 2, Marlasia 3, Brooke 4, and Mia 5. So when you think you have your answer based on the prompt, just put it in the chat, por favor. If you have a question, you need to ask.
Are we turning it to an English sentence?
Nope.
Like question?
You're gonna answer in Spanish, just like this example did, just like we did.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but you're going to use the prompt that they give you, right?
All right.
So Marlasia, you have nada. That's the negative one, right? So look up here. Here's your clue, or here's some help right here, right? If you're going to do nada. Okay. Pop your Spanish sentence in the chat, por favor. Arshad, Jamarian, Mia. Follow the model that the book gives you there. Um, I don't know. Let's see. Does that help any? Right. So we're answering the question. Brooke, does that answer any? I mean, does that help any? So we're answering the question, right? We're using this example here. We're answering the question based on the prompt that they give us. So your sentence should be in Spanish, right? Let me put this was Jamarian's, this was Arshad's, this was Marlesia's, Brooks. Well, you have to get into the textbook, Brooke. Okay, good. Okay. Mia, how about you? So Mia, doesn't have to be the truth, right? If you like vegetables or not. Okay, good, Joe Marion. Yay. Don't forget to add how much, Malia. So you got to add one of your words, a little bit, enough, pretty well, or a lot. Got to add one of your words. That's what we're practicing with here. Talking about how much we like something, right? Or dislike something. Okay, Brooke, did you put your sentence in? Did I miss it? Okay, another minute. Mia, don't forget to add how much, right? Because that's what we're practicing. Poco, bastante, or mucho. Since you said yes. Okay, thank you. Oh, I see it now. Thank you. It's at the bottom. All right, let's see. Gonna skip around here, right? Arshad. I'm gonna start with you, Arshad. Your sentence was a tus amigos les gusta el pescado, right? Do your friends like fish? So, Arshad, can you read us your sentence, por favor? Because it's absolutely perfect. Can you read it to us? From your chat? Can you unmute, Arshad? Come on, Arshad, you got this, my friend. Let's see, let's see. Okay. All right, very good. So Marlasia, how about you? You want to unmute and read us yours? You had a Tess le gusta el helado de chocolate.
You want me to read my sentence?
Yeah, please.
Okay. No test gusta nada el helado de chocolate.
Very good. Very good. So she said, no, a Tess, remember we have to have our in there, right? A Tess le gusta nada. Le gusta nada el helado de chocolate. So Tess doesn't like chocolate ice cream at all, right? So a Tess no le gusta nada el helado de chocolate. Okay, muy bien, good job. Okay. Let's see. Malia, can you unmute, por favor? Read us your sentence. Your sentence was asking if you liked veggies. So you could have, this was your opinion. So you could have answered either which way. So how did you do it? You did a great job. Just read it to us, please. Mia, ¿a ti te gustan las verduras? What was your answer?
Sí, me gustan un poco las verduras.
Perfect, right. Sí, me gustan un poco or me gustan poco, right? A little bit, right? Vegetables. Very good. It's a different word order, right, you guys? Because what we're saying is I like a little bit vegetables. Okay. When in English we would say I like vegetables just a little bit. I'm not a big fan, right? Okay, muy bien. Let's see. Jo Marion, how about you? You did a good job on your sentence too. Can you read it to us? A Mac le gusta el jugo de maracuyá.
Sí, a Mac le gusta poco el jugo de maracuyá.
Yeah, very good, Jo Marion. That was beautiful. Nicely done. See, a Mac le gusta poco, right? He only likes it a little bit. Passion fruit juice, right? A little bit. Okay, muy bien. Brooke, I'm trying to find yours. Oh, there it is. Did you get it, Brooke? Okay. All right. Let's see. What was your question? A Janet y a Andy les gustan las frutas tropicales. So do Janet and Andy like tropical fruits? And the answer would be, yeah, a lot, right? Mucho. And yeah, so, and that's okay, Brooke. You made it negative, right? And so if you were to make it negative to say that they didn't, you would say no. And remember, you guys, we have to, if we're going to use a name, we have to include this word right here, this ah. So we would say Janet, yeah, Andy, if we're going to make it negative. No les gustan nada las frutas tropicales, if we were going to make it negative. No les gustan nada. Okay. But our prompt here was actually a lot. We wanted to say that they like it a lot. And so it's a positive thing instead of the negative. And so we could say, sí, Janet y Andy les gustan mucho, right? We just take this word and plop it in here. Las frutas tropicales. Okay. Bueno, muy bien. Muy bien, clase. Good job. All right. Any questions there? How much time do we have? I just need to check my time. Okay. Perfect. We have perfect timing. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. Give me another minute to get my screen sorted. It's thinking. All right, let me make this bigger. Sorry, you guys. Again, not helpful. Okay. Cuando le gusta. Let me see. Okay. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you have troubles viewing. All right. Everybody see this? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah? Okay. Perfecto. Arshad, join us. Okay. So notice that we have like a little chart here. Yeah. And we have, it says opiniones sobre la comida. What do you think this word opiniones means?
Opinion?
Opinions. Yeah. Is that what you said, Marlacia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So opinions about food, la comida, right? Very good. So we have Mac, Tess, and Andy. And then we have like how they feel about fruit, fish, and dessert. Y'all with me on this? See or no? Yeah, we get this, right? Okay. So our instructions are, this is to a writing practice, right, you guys, just like we've been doing. It says, Mr. Ayaka has ranked the foods the teams have tried in Peru. Read the notes he has taken, which is this little chart, and summarize the opinions of these characters. Okay, now, instead of my assigning this to you and having you do it by yourself, okay, I figured it'd be easier if we just tried to do some of these together, okay? So I can model it for you or guide you through it, okay? So let's look at our example, first of all, up here. I need everybody's attention because remember, writing is one of our skills, and you are going to see it in a unit test and that kind of stuff. You're going to have to do some writing, okay? All right, so our example is a Mac, because we're talking about Mac, okay? And in Spanish, you know, we could replace this with like a él, right? He, if we want to be emphasizing, okay? Remember that these are emphasizing when we have this like a Mac and a ti and a usted and a ellos and all of those, right? Because they don't repeat themselves. This is how they would emphasize, okay? So we have to have this construction a plus a person's name, or if again, if you want to say me or usted or whatever, okay? So I'm Mac. And if we look down here and we look at Mac and how does he feel about dessert? Well, he doesn't like them. He says nada. Okay, Mac is crazy, but that's okay, right? So a Mac no le gustan nada, right? So postres is plural. So we add an N here, right, you guys? They're telling us nada, which goes after, right? Nada goes after the verb. And then le, because we're talking about Mac, who's a dude, right? We're saying he. So that would be like L, right? So in gustar, because gustar is goofy, right? The L becomes le. Okay, everybody with me on this so far? Okay, so I'm going to do one and y'all watch what I do, okay? If it lets me. Okay, so I'm going to pick Mac, and all of these are plural, frutas, pescados, and postres, right? So I know that I'm going to use gustan for all of these. Okay. So I'll do mac and I'll do frutas. Okay. And I'm going to say again, mac. Oops. Can y'all still see? My screen just went weird. Mac. Right. And then because I'm talking about him, I'm going to do le gustan. Okay. Because that's like saying he. Le gustan bastante las frutas. Period. Easy enough, you guys? Yeah? See? Okay. So I don't care which one you do. You pick. You just like I picked, right? You can't do mac and bastante because I just did that one, obviously, right? And you can't do mac and los postres because the book did that one for you. So other than those two, you all pick. It doesn't matter to me which one you want to do, and then just pop it in the chat. Because we're going to kind of play with your sentence. So pick one that you like. Again, we don't want to have to do these as an assignment, right? I'd rather we work through them together so we can fix our errors, right? All right, let's see what you guys got. Andy le gustan bastante los pescados. Yay, round of applause. Good job. Okay, muy bien. Let's see this next one. Tess. See? Okay, so let's remember if nada means nothing, then nada is strictly negative. And if it's strictly negative, then you have to do the double negative, right? So you would have to say, okay, let me put this one up here. Let's see, Tess. Okay. Le gust or no le gustan, sorry. No le gustan. And what is it that she doesn't like? Fish. No le gustan nada. Los pescados. Okay. So remember, anytime you guys, anytime we use nada, because it's negative, it means not at all or nothing or none, whatever, right? We have to have a no in here. In Spanish, you have to have like the double negative, right? Unfortunately. So anytime you see nada, remember our sentence is going to be negative and we have to have a no there. Okay. Very good. Muy bien, muy bien. Okay, I'm still waiting on a couple more sentences. Let's see. We still need Marion. Okay. Gustan. Yes. Yes. So you can just say poco too. You can just say poco. You don't have to say un poco. You can just say poco, right? Very good. All right. There's still a couple of you I haven't heard from. Let's pop it in the chat because, like I said, you guys, it's better in the chat than as an assignment where you get, you know, a little confused or something like that. So let's see your sentences. All right. All right. Great job, you guys. So bastante, mucho, poco, nada. Remember, they come right after the verb, just like you guys have been doing. Good job. Muy bien. So preguntas, how are you feeling about them now? 3, 2, 1, you guys, how are you feeling about them now? Tell me in chat real quick. 3, 2, 1. How are you feeling about these guys now? Simple words. Tell me 3, 2, 1. A little more practice. Okay. Yeah, I think you guys, yeah, muy bien. Muy bien. Okay, good job. You'll see them again, right? You'll see them all year. They'll pop up here and there, and that's a good thing. All right, we have about 10 minutes left. I do not want to start something new today because, again, we're not together again until Tuesday. So let's head over to check your grades, see if you're missing something, right? And we can maybe try to get caught up. But it looks like you guys are all cool. Let me look in VHL. That's a lovely thing. Ooh, that makes my heart happy. Because if we're all cool, we can watch a little video. Yeah. All right, let me check in VHL. Okay. Yes. So I think a couple of us just need to do the one that was due yesterday, that clasificaciones. It's in VHL. And that was due yesterday. And this one looked like this. Let me just share it with you. Where you had to choose the adjective that describes how they taste. Is it bitter, sweet, sour, spicy, or salty? Okay. So all you got to do is pick those. It was just a practice for those describing words, right? So there's, I think, 2 of you maybe who still need to get this done. So you guys can work on that and get it done. Remember, those words are in your module. So if you don't remember what they mean, you can check them out there. Okay. All right. Let me close some of these tabs. It's making a little cray. And then give me a second. Okay, so if you haven't done that clasificaciones, that's what you need to be working on right now. It was due yesterday. So you want to make sure that you go into your long weekend with nothing to do. Right, you guys? All right. Okay, here's what I want to do. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of you have ever had like a pet guinea pig? Have y'all ever had like a pet guinea pig? Or let me know, yes or no. I know it's kind of a random question, but there's a reason that I'm asking. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever had a pet guinea pig. Okay, here's why I ask. We started this video about
what are some of
the foods in Peru. And we did, I think, 4 of them. Okay. Or we've done 4 of them. The reason I ask is because in South America, it is a normal thing for people to eat guinea pig. Okay. So, you know, if you had a pet guinea pig, I wasn't going to go there, but that's a normal thing. Have you ever had a pet guinea pig? That was my question. Okay. Again, we were looking at this video, right? And learning about Peruvian food. and we stopped at number 4, I think. Yeah. Okay. And so they in South America, it's normal, it's tradition, it's normal, whatever, to eat guinea pig. It's called cuy. Okay. And it's really no different from the American tradition of eating, eating squirrel. There are people who traditionally eat squirrel, right? Or rabbits or whatever, in American history. And so that it's really no different, right? So just so you know, it's called cuy. And if you ever have that opportunity, you probably don't want to have cuy. Okay. All right, let me skip through this because it's kind of yucky to watch. All right, here we go. And we'll finish this little video or what's left of it, unless you have not turned in that assignment. And then you guys need to be working on that assignment. Okay. All right.
As Jesus and the disciples feasting on cuy. By the way, if you are thinking about how to save money on airfares, then you should click the link in the description now. This guide will teach you how to save money on flight tickets when traveling. Number 3, pachamanca. One of the unique facts about pachamanca is that it's not prepared with a cooker like most modern meals. Instead, this dish still retains the ancient methods of preparation, which have existed as far back as the time of the Incan Empire. It involves using an earthen oven known as a huatilla with hot stones on the surface to cook this traditional Peruvian dish. Mostly, this meal involves various types of meat like pork, lamb, curry, beef, chicken, and mutton, all marinated in sweet-smelling spices. Finally, they are wrapped in chinch leaves before cooking in the huatilla for as long as an hour and 30 minutes. Then, several root crops like
so you guys notice how they're dressed, right? These are people who live in the mountains. These are people that they don't live in the main cities in Peru, right? These are folks who still sort of live the traditional lifestyle, okay?
plantains, corn, and cassava are added to cook the meat. This meal
You can also see, you guys, the different colors of potatoes, purples and reds and whites and yellows and blah, blah, blah. And notice the corn looks different. That's what like original corn looks like, not the corn that we get. The corn that we get has been sort of domesticated, if you will. Okay.
started within the 3 regions of Ayacucho, Montaro Valley, and Huallaga Valley. However, things are very different today as the dish has spread to almost every region in Peru, and these regions have added their unique twist to the recipe. Moreover, due to how special this meal is, it is usually reserved for special occasions. Number 2, ají de gallina. The best way to describe this dish is as a creamy shredded chicken marinated in a thick sauce containing cheese and ground walnuts. The flavor is just right, especially for those who are not fans of spicy food. This meal, which is made with vegetables, sauce, and chicken, is then served with boiled potatoes and rice, with the entire meal having a chowder-like consistency. Ají de gallina is a Peruvian dish that has been around for a long time, and it's not surprising that it's a huge favorite among locals. You can enjoy it paired with a dry white wine at any restaurant in Peru. Rest assured that the wine complements the sweetness of the sauce perfectly, and you'll definitely be back for more. Number 1, chicharrón. This popular Peruvian dish spreads as far as the Philippines and the Americas, and that's a testament to how amazing it is. Chicharrón is actually fried pork belly of Spanish origin that became a popular meal back when people had to cook with animal fat due to the low production of vegetable oil. So, they fried the pork in its own fat, and the leftover pieces became chicharrón. In Peru, chicharrón is first boiled with seasonings before frying, as proof of just how famous this dish is in Peru. Some specialized restaurants, known as chicharronerias, serve only this meal. So, feel free to step into any restaurant in this South American country for a tasty meal of pan con chicharrón, usually prepared with slices of fried sweet potato, and the memories will linger in your taste buds for a very long time. Click here for more tips.
All right. So chicharrones, you guys, fried pork. Yeah. Belly, which is essentially fat, right? Yeah. All right. Any questions today, you guys? All right. We finished out the week. You guys did a great job today with sentence writing. Okay. That's hard to do. And you guys did a great job. So you should pat yourselves on the back, right? Give you a round of applause. Okay. We'll get into it more. Sentence writing, there'll be more practice involved before I say, here, you guys write your sentences and turn them in. Okay. And I do appreciate it when you unmute and you read your stuff to me and you talk to me, and that makes class just go that much faster and all. Okay. And you did a great job on your quiz too, right, you guys? So remember, you have a long weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Nos vemos martes. We won't see each other Monday, right? But we will see each other Tuesday of next week. Okay. All right. Adios a todos. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great one, you guys. Adios, adios, adios. Have a great one.